right now, and we've been buzzing around the diamond, talking baseball. We talked a little bit with Paul Sporer, fantasy guru.
That's my boy. You got to go read him. Hey, people want to know where I get my fantasy knowledge from? Box Scores and paulsporer.com.
There it is. There it is. Well, we've been getting some of this H-Town knowledge from our boy K-Dubb. Appreciate you joining us.
Oh, absolutely. I appreciate you having me.
It's an honor. It's an honor, believe me, because ironically enough, you know what, like when we first linked up, like I felt like I knew you because your dad to me has always been, I grew up in the Dome too.
Right.
I grew up on South Main, Willow Bend. So
right.
I mean, it was like ride our bike to the Dome on a Saturday afternoon, go to the game. And my earliest memories was, you know, your dad, you know, later on Mike Scott, Bob Nepper, Nolan Ryan, of course. I mean, we could go on and on. But then just what he did in baseball and the respect that he gained through his, you know, his years and years and years and years in this business.
Right.
And for him to retire, you know, it was kind of bittersweet. And I'm sure you felt the same way.
And really, that was him retiring. It was bittersweet, but at the same time, he's given so much of himself to the game of baseball.
Sure.
And you know, and even, you know, in extension, our family has given so much to the game of baseball that for him to take time for himself to do what he wants to do, you know, for the first time in probably 50 years.
I asked you today for the 65th anniversary of Jackie Robinson breaking into Major League Baseball. I said, "Where's your dad?" He said,
"Yeah, he's at the house.
He's at the house chilling, watching the game with me."
Right. We you know, because this is what we never had that opportunity. Like, think about. Okay, I'll tell you a story.
Yep.
For 3 years straight, the only time that I ate dinner with my dad was at the Dome. So the family.
Hot dogs and
oh no! Well, you know, we were in. You know, he was the GM.
Well, that's true.
So we were in the owners' lounge. You know,
them top shelf hot dogs. Adam and I go by there. Adam and I go by there. We only get the media food. We only know what you be cooking up today.
Man,
right now you probably get some real fish food down there.
Look, every Friday they would have, you know, the fried shrimp and fish. They had prime rib every day.
Damn.
You know, the broccoli au gratin. You know, anything that they had in the stadium, you know, but I mean, it was strange, but like I say, my whole life became centered around being at the ballpark at like 5:30.
Yep.
And then as I started playing ball myself, I would come to the ballpark early and work out with the players. I would shower up and come up and eat dinner with my dad because that was the only hour or so of the day that I had to spend time with him. So,
and now was it hey son, how you doing in school, or was it hey how the guys look in the cage today?
Right, you know, it's funny that you say that because he would always be looking down, and like I said, I had mezzanine level power, right and left handed.
Wow.
You know, I would, you know, do things during early batting practice, and people would be asking him about me, thinking that they were going to sign me.
Hey, who's that prospect down there?
Right, and it was like, you know, that's my son. You go.
Yeah.
Just leave that alone right now. He's going to school, and we'll worry about that later.
And making music.
Right, and making music.
Well, hey, you know what? We got a special guest on the line. Let's bring him on because he makes music too.
Absolutely.
This is my man DJ Wally Sparks, who
hey, what's going on?
Tennessee's finest. And I'm not talking whiskey.
Already.
I'm talking Wally Sparks. Of course, he's out there on the road with Big KRIT. Now, Wally, we got my man K-Dubb here. His father, of course, baseball pioneer Bob Watson, former GM of the Yankees, of the Astros.
Right on.
Big time baseball guy. Now, you know, he's since retired and enjoying the finer things in life, like spending time with his son. But my man K-Dubb is in the music business. And,
that's dope.
Yeah,
absolutely. And Bob used to work in the front office down in Houston, right?
Yeah, exactly. And like I said, I actually I think we may have met in passing a couple of times. I used to manage South Circle, so South Circle.
Okay.
So I used to tour with Ball and G. You know,
Mike.
So I was there for exactly, Mr. Mike Thorough. I toured with Ball and G from '98 till 2004.
All right. Well, I know if you ever came through Tennessee, I'm pretty sure.
Man, I put in plenty of work in the M-Town, Cashville.
Yeah.
I'm about that.
I can dig it. That's what's up, bro.
Well, hey, of course, Wally's a big sports fan. And, you know, being from the hotbed of some of SEC football there in Tennessee, Wally, I got to ask you a few questions here, man.
Okay.
What's going on right now in the NBA? Tell us a little bit about who you like going into the playoffs, because our Rockets here in H-Town really aren't looking good as they head into the last week of the regular season.
Well, I'm gonna tell you one thing, man. I mean, this is gonna sound like me being a homer, but don't sleep on the Grizzlies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gotta take into account that, you know, a few days back they beat Oklahoma City and Miami back to back on the road. You know what I'm saying?
And we all know what they did last season as number 8 seed.
The Spurs out. Yeah, you know what I mean. So just don't sleep on the Grizzlies, man. And there's a chance that, you know, we might be 100% healthy going into the playoffs, and that could be a scary thought for anybody in the West, man.
No one will sleep on Zebo. He brings it in the playoffs.
Nah, man. You know, it's a strange thing, man. Zebo's one of these players who's been averaging like 20 and 10 for pretty much his whole career, but for some reason or another, people don't seem to see him as an elite player. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
if anybody goes out there and gives you 20 and 10 on average every year, you know,
they don't market him.
Yeah, man.
I
don't know. I guess
him
he's
enough.
not marketable enough or something.
Yeah.
You know.
very true.
But I'm glad we got him.
Let me ask you this Memphis team, they really don't have a superstar, but, you know, as far as pieces to make a good team that can, you know, make some noise in the playoffs, hey, they're up there, top notch.
Yeah, well, Marc Gasol is kind of turning into a superstar. You know, he's got all the superstar tools for a big man.
That's the Gasol that Adam likes.
Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely right. Absolutely right.
So, you know, you got Conley running the point, Rudy Gay doing this thing, OJ Mayo coming off the bench. So it's a pretty solid squad, man.
Props to OJ Mayo for actually accepting the role and accepting his place on this team, because this is a guy that was on the trading block for a couple years there and really said, you know what, I'm here to play basketball.
He's kind of taking on that James Harden role that has with.
He actually got traded, and the trade got rejected. And you know, he came. This was last year actually.
Yep.
And he came back and was like, you know what, you know, if I want to play, you know, I'm just gonna have to come off the bench and I'm gonna contribute that way. And you know, he did his thing. He got the minutes that he wanted in the playoffs coming off the bench, and he stepped up. And you know, he stepped up. He hadn't really said anything. He's a good teammate. So I'm excited to see him play that way.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, as it stands right now, I think they fall in the 5 spot.
Right, they're in the 5.
Yeah, they're in the 5.
Yeah, they're in the 5 spot right now.
And that would match them up against.
To me, it really doesn't matter. As long as you're not facing OKC, you're probably in a position to where you could win your series. Because in the playoffs in the West,
I think the Grizzlies can go 7 with anybody else. Believe it or not. You know?
I'm going to say right now, they're probably going to be one of my dark horse favorites to at least make it a round, if not 2.
Very true. Very true. Now, what about in the East, Wally? You guys are out there on the East. You're out there on tour with KRIT right now.
Right. Yeah, it's Big KRIT and J. Cole. We out on campus consciousness tour. Starting we're at UMass right now, out here in Massachusetts. So, but yeah, man. As far as NBA teams in the East, man. I know it looks like Miami's kind of imploding right now, but I still think that they're the best team in the East. One thing I do know is nobody's going to want to play Boston in the playoffs. Whoever gets Boston in the first round, you know, nobody wants to see Boston.
Not with the way Rondo's going right now. Rondo is just a dime machine.
Yeah, he's playing out of his mind. You know, the Hawks are kind of teetering there.
Yeah.
Philly's the team maybe to watch. If they get in and they get, you know, they can pick up some sort of momentum, they might be able to make some noise. But the East is pretty much Miami's to lose in my eyes.
I agree. You got Dwight Howard out now with back spasms for 2 weeks. The Magic are a mess as it is. The Knicks are running out of gas.
He pulled that whining muscle.
He did.
That's what happened.
That's the whining muscle.
Yeah, that's what happened to him.
Hey, I think you know, the thing with the Magic and also with the Knicks, I think what you're realizing is that when you have teams with multiple superstars, it's hard to have an isolation set go past a first round series.
You can only run so many pin down sets, pin down plays.
Right.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think you're right, Wally. The Heat, it's really theirs to lose. Now, you know, a lot of people talk about this season, how it's 66 games crammed into 80-something days. These guys are, they're already locked in. They're already pretty much in that 2 spot, which is actually, we talked about at the top of the show, is pretty much prime for Miami. So they don't have to face Chicago early. They don't have to face the Boston Celtics. They pretty much breeze their way until the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah, they got the shortcut in as it stands right now. So it's looking up for them. I can't really see anybody else being in the Eastern Conference Finals but them. Who they play is a different type of story. But I'm pretty much, if I was penciling it in right now, I'd put Miami in the Eastern Conference Finals, no doubt. Even with the 4th play of late, that really doesn't even bother me. I still think they're going to end up right there when the time comes for it.
I want to put you on the spot. Who's your MVP as of today?
LeBron James.
Yep.
It's LeBron James.
Yep.
You said that with no hesitation.
2, 3.
Nah, it's LeBron James. That's no question. I mean, you can say everything you can want to say about LeBron. There's nobody that's playing at the level that he's playing in the NBA right now.
Well, not only that, Oklahoma City's doing it by committee, as you mentioned. Harden, Westbrook, Durant.
Durant's still my MVP right now, but I have no fault. I have no fault in anyone saying LeBron James, because if you look at his per minutes and his per stats, they're every year through the roof.
The only player that's even remotely close is Kevin Durant. And like you just said, Oklahoma City's doing it by committee. You know what I'm saying? LeBron's having a monster individual season. You know what I'm saying? Amongst other superstars. You know what I mean? So that just puts him head and shoulders above everybody in the MVP race right now in my eyes.
Definitely.
I think the thing that for me, what separates LeBron from Kevin Durant is LeBron is playing all 5 positions defensively on the court at an all first team defensive NBA.
And what's scary is his size allows that.
Right. And I don't see Durant doing that.
Right.
Not on the defensive end.
Not on the defensive. On the offensive, hey, look, the man's lights out. I think he's probably the best scorer. He presents the most issues offensively because of his height and because of his outrageous, shooting range. But when you say, MVP, both sides of the ball, who's doing it? Who's getting it done?
Sure ain't Derrick Rose, because he can't even stay on the court.
Right.
Yeah, he can barely stay on the court. Oh yeah, shout out to LeBron James too, because he showed love to Big KRIT on Twitter last week.
Nice.
Said he was jamming the music. That was a really good look.
Well, all the rappers should be showing love.
That's right.
All the NBA players should be showing love.
That's right. Well, hey, why don't you show a little love for KRIT right now, Wally, and we're going to keep up with you all summer long. You already know that. Just tell us what's coming up. You guys are on tour now. What does KRIT have here on the horizon?
We're on tour right now. Like I said, we're on tour with J. Cole right now. J. Cole's actually on stage right now. We just got off.
Nice.
Tearing it down. We'll be doing that for the duration of the month and leading into June the 5th. June the 5th.
Yep.
The release date for Big KRIT's debut album on Def Jam Records.
Right.
Started live from the underground. For anybody that's familiar with KRIT's music, from Privilege to Return of Forever to Forever in a Day, this is the jumping off point. This is all that was a culmination to this point. So we're pushing it forward. The music sounds great. We got BB King is featured on the album.
Wow.
Which is a phenomenal look. He's playing and he's singing on it. We got Anthony Hamilton on the album. Melanie Fiona is on the album. Friend of your show, Bun B, is on the album.
He's right here in the building right now, Wally.
Yeah, man, it's going to be an exciting time, man. June 5th, live from the underground. June 5th.
And I would say, DJ Gonz, I would say the I Got This Here track is just banging.
Yeah, that's the new single. Man, we just shot the video for that. We shot that in KRIT's hometown, Meridian, Mississippi. The entire city came out. The mayor of the city actually came out to the video set. It was a great look, man.
This man came out right here.
For that video, request I Got This at your local radio station. It'll be on iTunes shortly.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, June 5th, live from underground. It's going down.
But I Got This is my new theme song right now.
Hey, man, everybody feels that way at times, so sometimes you just got to get it off your chest, brother. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm glad you feeling the record, man. It's definitely a motivational record, to say the least.
Well, even an OG needs motivation every now and then. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Everybody needs that little nudge, man. So Yeah, I'm glad that you're feeling the music, brother.
Nah, man, we need that kind of energy, man, in this culture, man. You know what I'm saying? There's, everybody says to do what everybody else is doing already, and everybody just kind of perpetuates what's already going, man. But hip-hop has always been about shaking up the culture and shaking up the world and making people's heads rise, you know what I'm saying? And
yeah, right on, man.
And it's good to see that kind of attention being paid to this culture again, where people actually really want to shake up the cultures. Like, they don't want to just do what everybody else is doing and, you know, keep making the same check and doing the same show and getting the same beats from the same guy, man. Some people are willing to believe in themselves and take a chance on themselves. And when people do that and give it their all, man, and people really appreciate it, man, everybody wins, in my opinion.
Right on, man. You hit the nail on the head with that, bro. Exactly what we are trying to do, man. Trying to break the cycle. Formulaic rap music, man. We just out here making good rap songs to feel good.
I just want to say, I would be shocked if this record is not number one. And this album should be number one across
America.
Man,
well,
I'll be shocked if it's not.
Man. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what we aiming for, brother. And so we need all the support we can get, man. So that's why I'm grateful that Adam let me come on here and talk about it. So, because, we need that support, man, from everybody. June 5th, live from the underground, man.
Well, you got a lounge full of about 30, 40 people that will be supporting that movement. I can guarantee you that, Wally. So we appreciate you checking in, man. Enjoy yourself tonight, Massachusetts. Enjoy yourself on this tour, and we'll check in with you real soon. Hey, I'll tell you what, we'll check in with you on Thursday night of the NFL draft, and we'll talk a little bit about these Tennessee players that you might want to keep your eye on.
All right, man. All right, cool. Let's do it.
Hey, tell KRIT we said what's up.
All right.
All right, man. There it is. There it is. All right, from one special guest to another. Hey, let's bring him in. Let's get him in here. I know you guys have been waiting for a couple weeks to hear this man's voice.
Yo, Pete.
His name is Premium Pete. What's up, Pete?
Good evening. Listen, Brooklyn is talking to you.
Oh, yeah, Brooklyn is in the house. And you know what? We got a very special guest at the table right now. Of course, you are a Yankees fan, Premium Pete. And Mr. K-Dubb, Mr. Kevin Watson is at the table Keith Watson. At the table right now, and he is Bob Watson's son. Of course, you know him from Yankees fame back in the day. Premium Pete.
Absolutely. Yeah, so let me tell you, Bob Watson has had the greatest raincoat collection out there. Okay, the greatest. I met Bob Watson many times. That guy had the greatest raincoat collection. Okay.
Oh yeah, he's definitely pimping with the raincoats. No doubt. No question about it.
We might have to get one of those out to the Sneaker Summit.
Hey.
For Premium Pete to rock.
Hey, I might be able to dig one out of the closet for him. He got the whole collection.
You heard it here.
Yeah, that's right. You heard it here. July 29th, H-Town Sneaker Summit. It's going down at Reliance Center, just like we did in January, and it's getting bigger and bigger as we head into the All-Star break of 2013 right here in Houston, where you might just see your favorite sneaker.
Hold up.
Yeah, your community sneaker event that weekend of All-Star. But we'll get into that later. Pete, first and foremost, man, I got to ask you, what happened to your Knicks today?
Oh, man. Very, very upsetting game because, whoever completely watched it will catch the highlights on SportsCenter, or even if they DVR'd it, will see it later or have seen it. The Knicks played not a full game today. They hung in there for a while. For me, they shot too much outside. They didn't take it to the rim a lot. They shot way too many shots from outside. And the defense just was disappearing. They were just letting people slash through and come through, and they really just, I don't think as a team they really gelled today. It seemed like at some point in time that we almost spoke to get that win, but it just showed that we're not ready to play that type of team on that caliber.
Hey, that's Pete, it's your buddy DTI. I want to talk about Carmelo Anthony. This guy has had some sort of renaissance in his last 10 games or so. He's been dropping like 40-point games, 30-point games, 27-point games. It just seems like he's on a different level now. Is it about his health, or did something happen? What's going on in New York that has this guy so fired up?
I think just in the sense of, you got to think this is New York. So last week everyone wanted to trade Melo, and now this week they love him. But I just think that he's just fired up to play. I don't think that he really was enjoying the coaching situation with, as we know, Mr. Pringles. D'Antoni. But now I think he's just in a more pleasant place, and he just wants to play ball and show what he can do. But for me, as a Knicks fan, I don't care how many points he scores. I just want us to win. I think that once we could get a good gelling, it's hard. With Amari out, when he comes back, it's kind of like they play tug of war for the ball. And
what about your boy Jeremy Lin, Pete?
I heard that he could come back if they make it to the second round. But
really,
if they make it to the second round, yeah. I mean, listen, when you have Jay-Z and Beyonce in the sitting courtside, you kind of want to put a show on for him in the Garden. And also, we had Mr. Justin Tuck, 2-time Super Bowl champion, sitting next to me and Bun's brother, DJ Clark Kent, on the courtside today. So I feel like. We didn't get it done today, but, I think there's still more time in the season for us to really just go out there and, lock down maybe the 7th seed or even the 6th seed. I still believe that we can get there.
All right, Pete, let's get to the chase right now. Many New Yorkers have called their shot. I want you to tell me, who do you think the Knicks should play in the first round? Because right now they're lined up against the Chicago Bulls, and that'll be a kind of interesting matchup, but I think if they played maybe the Heat, that'd be a little more interesting. Who do you want to see the Knicks play, and who do you think they can beat?
I think that the only way the Knicks could get a good playoff run is if they play a high-powered team the first round and knock them out. So, meaning like a Chicago or even the Heat, if they're able to play a team like that off the jump early on in first round, I think that if they could get that out of the way, then they can.
Well, pick one. Which one do you want to see?
It don't matter to me, but I would really like to see Chicago because I think they're a better team.
All right. Well, hey, Pete, we got to keep it moving as we get to the end of the show. It's kind of been a weird night tonight with the Dynamo getting rained out and us coming on late. But I want to ask you, what do you think about Eli Manning hosting Saturday Night Live? Do you think he'll stack up to his brother Peyton's appearances in the past?
Oh, well, there's a Manning rule. Okay, there's a Manning rule, if anybody didn't know. Win the Super Bowl, host Saturday Night Live.
True.
That's the rule. You got to win the Super Bowl first. So considering he won 2, maybe I think that he may have won a little bit of personality to host Saturday Night Live.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. Yep. All right, well, hey, Pete, shout out to you. We'll catch up with you over the summer.
Shout out to your Yankees.
Yeah, they're up.
It's early yet. Listen, the Giants are making moves. They actually made a trade the other day. They haven't done that since, a la Sage Rosenfield. They traded for in 2010, I believe it was. So I mean, looks like New York is out there. I'm not worried about the Yankees, but DTI, I'm not worried.
No, they're fine. They'll be just fine.
But speaking to end off on this note, speaking of NBA, before we close out, next Sunday, I'll be down with Greg Street, Clark, Kent, Mayor, everybody. The Charlotte Bobcats are hosting a sneaker show down there and invited us down there in the arena right before the game versus the Kings.
Yeah, definitely, absolutely. Charlotte.
It's going to be.
Shout out to Anthony Davis, the #1 pick in the NBA draft.
Yep. So that's going to be some good stuff down there. Where you see the NBA is getting involved in presenting some shoe displays and stuff like that. And somebody's got to have a good display out in North Carolina of somebody that we all know. That was a pretty good player, I think.
I hope so.
Hey, while you guys are on the shout-out Sundays, shout out to my man, Mr. Everyday Life and Mrs. Everyday Life.
Yes.
For tying the knot on Monday.
Congratulations. A wedding cruise, no doubt. I'm glad you're back, man.
And then the chain came on right after that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Man, we got to look a true prisoner.
We got sneakers showing up here, and it's getting to be.
Congrats, buddy.
It's going to be 10:15 right here. So I got to shout out the big show on Sports Talk 790 with Matt, Adam, and Lance. Make sure you guys keep it locked for the drive to work tomorrow morning as they keep the Sports Talk on deck, as well as the debut of Cook and Indy Kalu from 10 to 11 a.m. only on Sports Talk 790, just like we do every Thursday and Sunday night, right here on Sports Rap Live on Sports Talk 790 and iHeartRadio. We'll see you guys and gals on Thursday for a brand new SRL. Until then, look at these sneakers. That's a wrap.
That's a wrap.